Right, let's get going, guys. Happy Saturday. Thank you for joining. We're going to start in a cross-legged position and just lengthening the back here. Put your hands where they're nice and comfortable and just close your eyes. You slightly tuck your chin in and lengthen the crown of the head. Start to draw your awareness to the present moment. Just notice your breath. Just feel the contact between your sitting bone and the mat. See if you can lengthen the inhales and the exhales. See if you can notice where there's movement in the body with every breath. Is it the chest, the belly? Just observe. If you notice your mind wandering, just notice the thought, let it go, and bring your attention gently back to your breath. And as you deepen the inhales and the exhales, start to activate the Ujjayi breath. It's the breath with a light constriction in the back of the throat. Mouth closed, trying to make ocean wave sounds with your breath. This pranayama will help create heat in our bodies and also the space in our lungs to be able to flow more easily. When you're ready, just gently open your eyes. I'm going to start by just placing our fingertips out in front of us as far as we can. Just opening up the chest here. Look up, widen across the collarbone, and just hold. And release. You're going to do the other way. Just place your fingertips facing back and just open up the chest. Draw the neck back. Feel as if someone's pulling your chest up with a rope. And release. Inhale, sweep your arms up above your head, palms together, facing up. Just take a nice long stretch here. Keep sending the shoulder blades down the back. Create that space between the ears and the shoulders. And on the exhale, bring your palms out in front and just round your back. Tuck your chin in. Just hold here, drawing the navel in. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, rounding the back. One more time. Arms up. And exhale, rounding the back. Send the palms out in front of you as far as you can. And release. You're going to bring the right forearm into the mat and just bring your left arm over your head. Just bend as far as you can. Let your head relax. And just keep pushing the mat away from you with this forearm. And release, other side. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Bringing your bicep over your ear. You might want to look up here if your neck allows it. And exhale, release. We're going to move on to our hands and knees here. Just plant your palms into the mat. Wrists in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. For just some cat-cows. So inhale, bring your chest up and your tailbone up. And exhale, tuck your navel in. Just rounding the back here in cat pose. Again, inhale, opening up that chest. And exhale, drawing the navel in. And just go a few more times at your pace. You can move your hips around. Just make circles. Just drop your neck here. And then meet back in table. Tuck your toes in. And we'll meet in our first downward facing dog here. Just make sure your fingers are nice and wide and planted into the mat. Just bend one knee and the other. Just start slow here. You want to lengthen your back by sending your tailbone up and tucking your navel in. And slowly just start to walk towards the front of the mat, heels first. And then feet width, hips width apart. Knees can be bent here. And just grab your elbows and hang from side to side in ragdoll. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, with the head hanging, coming up last, just rise up all the way in standing pose, mountain pose, Tadasana. So starting with the feet together, big toes together, heels can be slightly wide apart. Just grounding the four corners of the feet here. Engage your legs, engage your core, just in a nice, strong standing mountain pose. On the inhale, sweep your arms up, looking up, and exhale, fold forward from the hips, hands by the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back, flat neck, and exhale, step back into plank pose. Make sure your wrists are in line with the shoulders and that your legs are nice and active and that your neck is straight here. You want to balance the weight distributed across your body by keeping your legs strong and active here. An option to bring the knees down for this first one, or you can just stay here in plank and lower down slowly in chaturanga, elbows hugging in 90 degrees, all the way onto the bellies. Keeping your hands by your ribs, inhale, gently lift up in baby cobra, using your back muscles here. Legs together, and release. Inhale, lift up, opening up across the shoulders, and release. Last one. Inhale, lift, and exhale, release. Tuck your toes in. Use your core to rise up all the way in downward facing dog. Just grounding through the hands and the feet here. Keep lengthening, making that space wider between your shoulders and your ribs. You can shake your head no, nod your head yes. And then slowly step or walk towards the front of the mat, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, drawing the crown of the head towards the mat. And inhale, sweep your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, look up, and exhale, mountain pose. Again, sweep your arms up over your head, and exhale, hinging from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step back into plank pose, and lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Push off the tops of your feet here, look up, wrists in line with the shoulders, and exhale, downward facing dog. And then step your right foot between your hands and rise up in warrior one. Plant the back foot 45 degrees and just hold here. Make sure the weight is, you're pushing on the outer edge of your back foot and you're engaging your core. Heel in line with the knee here, and just lengthen on the inhale. Keep sending your arms up. And exhale, release into Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot between your hands and rise up in Virabhadrasana 1. Again, nice strong warrior. Make sure your hips are squared and facing the front of the mat. You can use your ribs here to adjust the alignment. And just feel that energy from your back foot all the way up into your fingertips. And release. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Step to the front of the mat here. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Knees can be bent here. And inhale, sweep your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep your arms up and sit into your Utkatasana chair pose. Weight into the heels, arms in front. And just send your tailbone down, core engaged, and just hold. See if you can lower down as deep as you can. And exhale, fold forward in Uttanasana, crown of the head, pointing down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step back into plank pose, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, open up the shoulders. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up all the way in three-legged dog. Press firmly into the palms of the hand. And on the exhale, bring your knee to your chest. Inhale, lift it back up, three-legged dog, knee to chest. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Make sure the hips are level here. And exhale, step in front and rise up in high lunge. Heel off the mat in the back. And just hold here. Nice strong leg. Make sure your front leg is at 90 degrees as well. And just hold. Use your core. Draw the shoulder blades down the back here. And then bring your palms together. We're going to balance here. Shift the weight on your right foot and bring your left knee into your chest. And then grab your foot and place it either on your inner thigh or below the knee. And keep your palms together in tree pose. You want to keep grounding in the four corners of your feet and use your core here. Engage your abs. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. Just hold. When you feel like you've found your balance, maybe you can lift your arms up. Nice space between the ears and the shoulders. And then bring your knee back to the center and step it back in Anjaneyasana, high lunge. And hold. Take an inhale and exhale. Either we meet in downward facing dog or you can take a vinyasa here. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Nice, strong leg. And exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lift, three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to chest. Keep that foot flexed. Inhale, lift. And exhale, step between your hands. Rise up in high lunge. Strong lunge here. Keep sending that back heel into the mat. Make sure your front knee is not collapsing in. Keep it straight and just look straight ahead. Lengthening here on the inhales. Feel that energy line from your back foot into your hands. Just hold. And bring the palms together. Inhale, shifting the weight on the left foot and bring your knee up to chest. And then open up in tree pose. Plant your foot into your thigh and hold. Keep pressing your foot into your thigh and your thigh into your foot. This will help you stay balanced. Find a nice, soft, steady point to look at. And when you're ready, maybe you can lift your arms up over your head, arms in line with the ears. And then bring your knee back to center And step it back in high lunge, Anjaneyasana. And hold here. Take a nice inhale. And exhale, step back. Either downward facing dog or take a vinyasa here. Lowering down in chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And you can rest in downward facing dog or in child's pose. Whatever is more comfortable for you today. Just bring your awareness to your breath. Make sure you're using your Ujjayi breath. And release. Inhale. We're going to move into plank pose. Feet together. And just hold in plank. Option to stay here or move into dolphin plank. So you want to place your left elbow where your left hand was and your right elbow where your right hand was. And just hold here. Keep your heels in line with the balls of your feet. And just look down, make a nice straight line from your feet to your head. Don't forget to breathe. Keep sending those hips up. And release. Right hand where the right elbow was and left hand where the left elbow was. And rise back into downward facing dog. Good work, guys. We're going to do this one more time. Bring your feet together, lower down in plank. Again, option to bring the knees down for this one. So this time plant your right elbow where your right hand is and your left elbow where your left hand is, and just hold. Look straight down. Keep engaging the core. This is great for the lower back and for the cores. And release. Right hand where right elbow is, left hand where left elbow is. And go back in downward facing dog. Maybe you can bring your knees together here, lower down in child's pose. Arms extending in front or on our side. Just hold here. Bring the awareness to the breath. And release. Downward facing dog, one more time. Just bring one knee in and then the other. And we're going to step to the front, cross-legged position, and sit down. So if you have any flesh between you and the mat, just remove it. We're going to start with our knees bent. Just place your hands behind your thighs. We're going to move into boat pose. Make sure your back is nice and long and straight. And on the inhale, lift your feet up and hold. Option to also extend your arms in front, or you can keep them behind your thighs. And just breathe. Keep your feet flexed. You can gaze straight in front. And on the exhale, you can extend and lower down slowly, slowly, slowly. And don't touch the mat. Come back up again. Boat pose. It's nice core work for this afternoon. And again, lower, lower, lower. Feet extend, don't touch, and we sit back up again. Nice. One last time. Lower, lower, lower. Straight legs, and release. And release your feet, your legs. Good job. You can cross your legs and maybe just lift off the mat as far as you can. And we can move back into downward facing dog here. Just lengthening here. Just keep sending your tailbone up. And pushing that mat away from you with your nice active fingers. And we're going to bring our feet together and lower down slowly with control all the way down onto our bellies. We're going to keep our feet together here. Moving to locust pose. So option to keep your feet in the mat, or you can lift them up as we go along. So inhale, place your hands behind your back, interlace, and lift up in locust pose. Keep your neck nice and long and just lengthen as far as you can from the tips of your feet to your head. Keep lengthening. Keep using your back here to pull your chest up. And release. Place your cheek into the mat. And maybe sway from side to side. And again. Hands behind the back, interlace. And lift. Lift your legs up as high as you can. Use your thighs here. And point the toes back. Just lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Don't forget your ujjayi breath from the chest. Last inhale and exhale, release. And release, so bring your hands by your chest and lift up in upward facing dog. And then we meet on our knees here, kneeling position. Make sure your knees are hips width and just facing the mat. So a few options for some back bends here. Option 2, just place your fingers on your lower back and just open up the chest gently and look up. Or option 2 is to tuck your feet in, your toes in, just gently bend backwards and grab your ankles and lift. Make sure your thighs are engaged and that you're sending your hips towards the front and just lengthening here through the back. And release, chin to chest and lower down all the way, child's pose. And we're going to move here into onto our backs. And lower down slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, onto our backs. Just bring your knees in. Make sure they're hips width apart, and that you can gently touch the heels with your middle fingers. And on the inhale, lift your hips up and hold. Keep your arms by your side. And exhale, lower down slowly. Before touching the mat, lift again. And hold. Keep pushing your feet into the mat and push off. Make sure your knees are still parallel, in line with the hips. And release. Slowly, before touching the mat, again, lift up and hold. Don't crunch the neck. Make sure there's space between your chin and your chest. And release. Nice. Knees together, feet hips width apart, feet mats width apart. And just rest here for a moment. And again, knees bent. I'm going to do this one more time. Inhale, lift up. This time you can bring your hand, interlace your hands behind your back and hold. Option to also bring your right heel on your left thigh and open up here. And just hold. Keep that left leg engaged and keep pressing your left foot into the mat. Lifting up. And bring down the right leg. This time left ankle on right thigh and hold. Keep lifting up. And release. Lower down. Knees together, feet mats width apart. And give yourself a nice hug. Just roll from side to side. And place your hands behind your thighs. I'm going to rock 3 times onto your back. Give yourself a nice massage. Cross your legs. I'm going to move to downward facing dog. And then bring your knee to the center. Step your knee between your hands. Drop your left knee down. I'm going to walk into one-legged pigeon pose. So I'll give you another option for this, but you can walk your right foot to the side and just sit in one-legged pigeon. But if you have sensitive knees today, you can do a thread the needle pose like this. So you decide. But for those of you who are doing one-legged pigeon, make sure your back leg is nice and straight. You can look back and make sure. And knee can be either 90 degrees or the knee can be in the middle. You can either hold here or exhale, lower down. Arms, shoulders width, and just hold here. Make sure your right knee is flexed to protect the knee, and just hold. It's a nice hip opener. This is where we keep all our emotions. If you feel there's any tight space in your body, just breathe into it. And release, rise up slowly. Bring your knee back to center, lift your back foot off. You're going to meet back in downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment here, just notice the effect this had on your hips, on your legs. And then you're going to move to the other side. You're going to step your left foot between your hands, drop your right knee down, and walk your left foot towards your right hand. And drop your knee down. Again, make sure your back leg is straight. Keep your foot flexed in front. An option to either stay here or lower down slowly. In Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, one-legged pigeon pose. Keep lengthening from your back foot all the way up in your arms, the tips of your fingers. And slowly release. And you can bring your knee back to center, lift up, and meet back in downward facing dog. And then you can step towards the front, cross your legs. You're going to sit back with our legs extended out in front. So option to keep your legs straight here or knees slightly bent. Make sure your feet are flexed. Inhale, lift your arms up, draw your shoulder blades down the back. And exhale, fold forward in Paschimottanasana. And just hold. You can either grab your feet or just place your hands by your side. Keep your feet active, your feet flexed, toes pointing towards your face. And release, rise up slowly. And then bring your knee into your chest and open up. Place your right foot into your left thigh. Inhale, extend, nice long straight back and straight neck. And exhale, fold forward in Janu Shirsasana. Keep your extended leg nice and flexed. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold deeper. But it doesn't matter how deep you get into the pose. Just listen to your body. Last inhale. And release, rise up slowly. Maybe you can use your right hand to bring your knee back to center, and then you move to the other side. And just placing your left foot in your thigh. Inhale, extend, lengthen, lengthen. And exhale, fold forward. Keep your back nice and long. Keep both feet flexed here. just bring your focus to your breath. Notice the inhales and the exhales. And release. Bring your knee back down to center. We're going to lower all the way back, slowly onto our backs. I'm going to give you a few options here. If you have a block, or even without a block, you can just lift your legs up in Viparita Karani, or you can also place a block here. Also nice, easy inversion. Otherwise, you can move into a shoulder stand here. So make sure your knees are in line with the hips. Also bring your knees into the chest. You're going to gently roll and support your lower back. And keep bringing your elbows in towards each other and your shoulders in towards each other. You want to bring your hips in line with your shoulders. Stack them on top of each other and gently bring your legs up with flaunted feet, as if you're wearing heels. Keep pointing your feet up and lengthen. Keep your core engaged. If you feel you need to adjust your elbows, you can bring your knees back down and then adjust and lift back up again. Option to stay here, or you can send your legs behind your head in cloud pose. And keep your legs straight. You can also interlace your hands and just place them into the mat. The weight should be on your shoulders here, not on your neck, so just be careful. Make sure you don't move your neck anywhere. And then bring your hands on your lower back, knees to the forehead, and then slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae all the way back onto your backs. And just bring your knees to chest and give yourself a big hug. Just rock gently from side to side. And option to also take a happy baby pose. Just grab the outer edges of the feet and just rock. Make the last movements before our final resting pose. And when you're ready, just gently bring your feet down and flop them open, wider than your hips. Bring your arms on your side. Drop the shoulders down, create a nice space. Maybe tuck your chin in to lengthen your neck. Close your eyes and rest in Shavasana pose. And release your Ujjayi breath. Just observe your breath, your natural breath. Feel your body melting into the mat. Relax every bone, every muscle. Relax your face and your jaw. Feel the weight of gravity just pulling you deeper and deeper into the mat. Start to bring awareness to your body. Notice the contact between your body and the mat. Notice any sounds that are around you. Maybe start to gently move your fingers and your toes. And just sweep your arms over your head. Take a nice long stretch. And bring your knees to your chest. And slowly roll over to your right side. Pausing here for a moment of gratitude. Thank yourselves for being present here today, in body and mind. Just plant your left hand into the mat and lift yourself up gently with your eyes still closed. You're going to meet in a cross-legged position. And bring the palms to your chest. Thank you guys for joining me today. Hope you have a lovely weekend. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's session.